Alright everyone, welcome to Watching Walford number 8. This video is a little bit different because as of 5:29 in the morning on the day we recorded the podcast, that is the 25th of February 2023, we received an email saying that YouTube had completely removed our channel and just deleted it wholeheartedly. And then I sent an appeal in at 9:30, and it got resumed at 1:46. This, however, did happen to be between the time that we'd recorded the podcast. So we did record the podcast under the guise that YouTube was banning us and we didn't have a platform anymore. So, must say, thank you to YouTube for resolving it very quickly, but also there are a lot of very anti-YouTube jokes in this podcast. I would edit them all out, but there are a lot of them, and they are just actually kind of funny. So, you know what? Thank you for YouTube for resolving it very quickly, but also there are, and will remain, many anti-YouTube jokes. With that in mind, let's get on to Watching Walford number 8. Alright everyone, hello and welcome to episode 8 of Watching Walford, an Eastenders podcast where we aim to review and talk about all the Eastenders episodes every week. However, unfortunately, can't really introduce you to the channel this time because unfortunately the channel has come under a bit of distress as YouTube's dropped the old ban hammer on us. So we currently don't have a platform. Which was an unexpected Saturday morning surprise. How are you feeling, Piggy?
Hoodwinked. We've been hoodwinked. We've been robbed. We've been scrutinised. We've been screwed. Watching Walford was screwed. We were robbed. It's the modern day Montreal screw job.
Yeah. Honestly, it was a big surprise because fundamentally the Watching Walford channel has possibly been the least or the most YouTube safe project I've ever worked on. Like, we use a screenshot of an image. We use our own version of the Albert Square sign. We use someone's remix of the EastEnders theme in like a Sega Mega Drive low bit like version. And like, we don't use any footage or audio. And we don't really swear that much.
No.
So, yeah, it's YouTube has screwed the Watching Walford channel.
I love how it's spam, it's inappropriate. We literally have nothing inappropriate in the titles, literally. The only titles I can think of is Denise. Does Denise stay with Ravi? Does who dies at Christmas?
Yeah.
She imitates a child. That's the only ones I can think of.
Yeah. No, I do think. Or
who's the best death on EastEnders?
Yeah, but I do think, honestly, it's just a bit of some dumb policies because obviously last week was the 38th anniversary edition. Oh, I should probably date this. The week from the 20th to the 23rd. That was the 38th anniversary edition, and we did proceed to make some daily videos where we would discuss the episode. But unfortunately, because so many of the storylines were just carried through, because the titles were fairly similar, I think that's kind of come under like the guise of spam, which not sure about. But
so
I mean,
next time you meet that, just change the titles and you won't be taken down.
But honestly, who knows? Most of YouTube's run by bots anyways. Hopefully in a couple days, hopefully this podcast reaches you. But till then,
hopefully.
Just as soon as we started to get some more traction with all of the content we made around the 38th anniversary, YouTube decided to ban the channel. So, tremendous.
YouTube turned into young Ben Mitchell. You need clapping down.
I mean, obviously the plan is to just keep making Watching Walford. I would imagine.
Yeah.
There's no reason to not. We enjoy doing the show. It's a fun show to do. There's a bit of prep work to it, but fundamentally, we're still enjoying EastEnders. There's no reason to not, like, talk about it, you know? I am Ash, and I'm joined by Piggy.
And I'm joined by the Seal.
Indeed. And with all that aside, we're going to start the show, deplatformed and everything, for week 8 of EastEnders in 2023. All the episodes stemming from the 20th of the 2nd, 2023 to the 23rd of February 2023. Get set for a twist in EastEnders that's never been done before. So we kick... Wait, is that the Republic of Ireland, the RTE person?
That is.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, I'm not doing the voice.
That's
As
on.
we kickstart the week, someone stepped in a puddle, whilst Linda tells everyone to get their drinks. His last orders, don't worry, I don't think the pub's stopping the drinks tonight. Denise and Jack are seen arguing, and Denise is furious with Jack because she's just ignoring her on his phone. Like, is there any surprise that she wants to shag another man?
No.
Exactly.
No surprise.
And Sharon walks in and is going to go get a drink with Keanu. She looks like she's wearing a black wedding dress, I'll be honest. Like, the dress she's wearing makes it look like the, basically, I imagine she's wearing like a white version of that at Christmas in the flash forward. Nish and Suki walk in for an orange juice. They kind of plan on using tonight as the option to strong-arm Linda into a deal over the Vic. And as they're watching on, Linda's texting Shirley, but sees in the mirror of a photo Carly texted that Shirley's with Dean, Linda's rapist.
Oh. Okay, can we just talk about this for a second? I understand this is a very serious topic, but did you see the backlash about this online?
What?
Fans were complaining, not the fact that Dean was in it and he's a R word, but the fact that it was crudely photoshopped. He was photoshopped in.
Yeah, the main thing I wrote, I went, man, it looks like they took the guy's driving license. Like, it was very weak, very lazily done. Obviously, it's a big deal because, you know, Linda was sexually assaulted, and obviously the idea, if you never watched EastEnders before, Dean is Shirley's son, so that's why she's with him, not just like, well, not with Linda anymore. Oh well, let's go to the next best, the one who assaulted her. Yeah, no, that's not how it works. But yeah, obviously it's a serious topic, and I think seeing someone who did such disturbing things to you would bring back a lot of trauma and would like upset anybody greatly. So
I can vouch for that, you know.
Yeah. And Sharon and Keanu have a moderately flirty or moderately forced conversation. He says he'll prove he'll never hurt her, but then she heads to the bathroom. Suki, as well as this, is seen getting a table with Nish as Eve looks on very sadly. But like, in the meantime, Keanu takes one big sip of beer and heads right to the bog to find Sharon. Classy. And Ravi walks in. Carry on.
I'm trying to imagine the writer he's smoking his cigar and he's like, lads, I've done it again. I'm a genius. I'll shag in the bog. What a classy way to live. And they're all like, Chris, just sit down. He's like, lads, I'm a bloody genius.
Yeah.
I tell you that much. A genius. They love me.
It's just... I'll make the joke later, but regardless, yeah, it's classic EastEnders. But hey, listener, EastEnders is for a show that usually has a lot of affairs. For the last while, it's been surprisingly sexless.
Yeah.
So, speaking of sex, Ravi walks in. Oh, woof.
It's not Reese, but it'll
Yeah.
do.
Ravi throws some eyes Denise's way and kind of pays attention to his favourite unhappy housewife. Poor Denise. And yeah, Keanu walks into the bathroom and kisses Sharon intensely. Like we said, did somebody crank up the sex style? Because Jesus Christ. Listen, alright, sometimes people kiss in a soap and you're like, okay, they're just actors. But when these two kissed, I'm like, bloody hell. Camera crew, get out that bathroom. That ain't fake.
Was it a real kiss, I wonder? Like, are they secretly shacking behind scenes?
No way.
We don't know.
But, like, fair play, they made that kiss look legit. So, yeah. And I wrote, a kiss like that, I'm surprised they aren't in the bathroom the whole night. And they head into the stall and make that bad boy shake. Yeah, it was it was nuts. Jesus. Eve goes home sad because she can't handle the awkward distance between her and Sookie. As Kathy sees Linda looking sad and goes over to comfort her. Obviously, the driving license picture is seen and it looks funny. Still an important scene. Like, obviously, it drips in the idea that maybe Dean comes back at some point, as he is possibly one of the people suspected who could be a victim of the death. I called it a Christmas casualty. I was trying to find some alliteration, some wordplay. That was all I had though. I only had one set.
A Christmas quality street. Who dies?
Yeah, it's just guess see what happens. And Kat pushes back the wedding till Christmas because Stacy's worried that Ryan's like, "Hey, I want the baby to spend time with me."
Who's your daddy, Who's your daddy, Walford?
And yeah, obviously this will mean that Lily's going to be back home for Christmas. So yeah, the baby is going to be about at Christmas time as well. Which, I don't know about you, I'm just bad at time, but it feels nuts to think that there will be a new baby on the square in like, what? She was known pregnant in January. So like New Year. So in around September, October-ish, there's going to be a new child.
Never know, she might be premature, so...
Very possible. It's just time passing messes with me.
But can we just talk about how are they going to show that birth realistically?
Well, you just have her panting and screaming. You don't have to show anything.
I wouldn't do that though, considering she's 12. Well, 13 by the time she has the child.
Yeah.
I would just have Stacey being like, get a phone call going, Lily's in labour. Labour, is it?
Yes.
And then you see Stacey run to the hospital, and then you jump cut to a next scene, and then you come back and she's there holding the baby, and Stacey's like, I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, it's always possible. They're just kind of, do you really want to depict a 12-year-old giving birth? Probably not.
Yeah, because the paedophiles will be very happy with that scene.
Yeah, don't have anything to add to that.
Neither do they.
No. But yeah, it was just kind of nuts for me to go, oh yeah, Christ, there will be the baby will be, basically, because I basically watch EastEnders, or I used to watch EastEnders like a month at a time, where I'd just like be like, oh well, I'll catch up on it later, and then I'd miss like a month, and then I'd sit there for about 2 days, like, alright, let's get through all this. But because obviously now we're covering it weekly, and even this week it was daily, it just feels like it's been such a long time. So yeah, it's the concept of time defeats me. And yeah, continuing onwards, Sharon and Keanu exit the toilets, stinking of sex. Dirty buggers.
Hope she cleaned her pussy.
Right. Hey, yeah, these toilets are filthy place.
Yeah.
Uh, and Keanu says, "Still got them fluffy handcuffs." And she just kind of goes, "Oh, we have to come and find out." And she kind of tells him her plans of owning the pub soon, and she says maybe he'll be working in it. Not after tonight, or tomorrow.
Or Wednesday.
It's very true. And yeah, Nish and Suki decide. Well, Nish decides this is the best time to approach Linda about buying the pub, and Nish, Nish decided he's going to pull out the gym deal, ruining Sharon's plans, and tries to play to Linda's like Linda's like sentimental side. But the main thing is here, Nish fails his pitch, but Suki absolutely nails hers. Like, you sure you don't? Sure you really want to work with your friend? Like, I'm sure she might want to change everything, But if we work with a silent partner, it's all yours. But yeah, so Nish failed and Suki nailed it. But I guarantee that Nish is gonna be like, yeah, nailed that. That was all me. That was from the best negotiator I know. Me. It's just like, come on, Nish. For Christ's sake, just let Suki have something, you insecure knobhead.
We'll find out next week what Suki and Eve do. Do.
And yeah, Linda says she'll talk to the solicitors. Then he stumbles into the bathrooms and stumbles into Ravi. And she propositions him like, "Hey, Keanu and Sharon just went in there, so do you want to take a leaf out of their book?" And then Ravi just kind of goes, "As much as I'd want to, I would never take advantage of a drunk woman."
Reminds me of
Oh,
Sean O'Hare he reminds me of Sean O'Hare where he's like, to play devil's advocate here, I would, but I'm not. And I'm not telling you anything that you don't already know. Because consent is important.
it is.
And then he put on these little sunglasses and walked away.
Yeah, no, but
Bullying Spanky. Or for people who don't know who Spanky is, Brian Kendrick.
Yeah. He essentially goes, "No, listen, right, if that happens, I want you to be sober." So good on Ravi. Is it his last chance though? We'll have to wait and see.
I lost my smile, Phil.
Linda tells Sharon that Suki and Nish plan to buy the pub, and Linda just kind of freaks out and just says, "I want the sale done as quickly as possible. I want to get rid of Janine." Still not Janine's fault that Mick's dead, I'll be honest. Still Mick's fault that he's dead. And Linda. Anybody but Janine's.
Yeah.
You didn't have to go after her. Just let her go. For Christ, I'm still upset by that Christmas episode. It's been 2 months. Oh, it was just so garbage. Anyways, Keanu fumbles things with Sharon as it is revealed that he inadvertently allowed the Panasars to like the information about the pub being sold. And then to make things worse, Keanu gets a voicemail from Sam telling that he got the job, but not to mix business with pleasure this time. Obviously, Sharon is furious and storms out.
Nothing to add.
And when Nish's authority is questioned by Suki, he's like, yeah, I nailed that. That was all. I did a great job. And Suki's like, oi, we're a team. You flubbed yours. You little loser. But then he just kind of downs.
What's the range stereo quote that we can input here? What's the range stereo quote that we can input here?
Oh, why don't you do something with your life, you little bitch? Is that one?
Yeah.
Alright, good. It's a good quote. Love that Rey Mysterio quote.
Why don't you do something with your life, you little bitch? That's what you are, a little bitch.
It's so ridiculous.
I hope
Um,
that's true, though. I really hope that's true.
I wish. For a very brief bit of context, Rey Mysterio, the WWE wrestler, the small guy with the mask who wrestles a lot, he would wear a mask and like put his heads against like the kids and like forehead to forehead and just be like, give them like some pep talk. But there's stories of one show he was just feeling like absolute ass. So he just went up to one kid and just went, "What are you gonna do? Something with your life, you little bitch." It's just oh, it's beautiful. I love
I
it.
mean, input that quote whenever something bad happens in Eastenders.
Yeah, but yeah,
But
obviously Nish just leaves because he is a little loser, and then she just leaves Suki alone in the pub. Kathy decides that she wants to lock in, and she agrees, and we get our 6 main women. Probably over the year, honestly. It feels like they're all going to be very key characters and have a lot of screen time. And I said, probably the 6 best actors on the show, you know? Like, they're all phenomenal, talented actresses, I'd say.
yeah, the only person that I think was missing was Big Mo
That would be nuts. But yeah, Denise
or
confesses.
Heather.
Oh, God, no, she's a terrible actress. Jesus Christ.
Oh no, oh I love a bit of
Sh
Heather.
but you can still like her, but she's a terrible actress.
I don't think so. I think I've seen worse.
She's awful. Like she played Heather great, but she probably didn't have to reach too deep to play Heather. That's really mean. Sorry, Cheryl. That's really mean. Just called her garbage.
How could you?
Oh, good. This
Why
is
would
why we've been taken off YouTube. Um, yeah. So Denise confesses to Sharon, essentially warning off younger men. She expresses her struggles with her marriage, and Denise just wants to be treated like a newlywed rather than a sad old housewife. Kathy tells Linda that you can't let the past get to you. Excuse me. And that this is important to hear from Kathy because both characters have unfortunately been sexually assaulted in the past. And she says, like, we can't be defined by what happened to us. Which is a pretty important message, and that's a pretty strong one as well. Suki confesses to Stacy about Eve. Stacy reminds her that no one should tell her what she should and shouldn't do. And this almost brings Suki to tears because it means a lot. Because she's built a life out of being independent at this point. She built the last 20 years being the big boss, and now she's just been usurped of the position. It's not on.
I'm finishing off my double salted caramel ice cream, so
Oh, what a way to do a podcast. And Denise puts on music. They talk about the men in their lives. They're singing, having a good time as they announce sisterhood and toast to the men in our lives. 2 men, may they get what they deserve.
what's that supposed to mean?
I mean, it's pretty ominous. It's pretty ominous when we cut forward to 2023 Christmas, where a man is dead on the floor with all 6 women standing around. It's a man dressed up in a suit and tie with some orange-looking cufflinks, maybe topaz or something. I don't know, gems or whatever, and some black dress shoes. And yeah, we now need to spend the rest of the year taking notes and figuring out who is going to be the Christmas casualty. All right, so Biggie, whilst reading up the notes and checking them through, I noticed some more things about the final scene.
Also, before you start, people just letting you know before I indulge in this ice cream, there was originally She's Dead as well, and the actress is because it was mainly the actresses. that was shown, basically said they filmed two parts, so they didn't know until it aired. So it was supposed to be a woman as well. So yeah,
I wonder, I want to know. I hope eventually they reveal who the woman was gonna be. Like
they
if they
probably
went through
won't.
with it. Oh, they won't. Eastenders super tight lipped with all this stuff, but it would be fun to see. Um, and so yeah, all right. So what I have noted, Linda comes from like the kitchen area, and she has a busted lip. Like she's clearly been hit or something. So her lip's slightly bleeding. Suki
I think
walks
she
in.
just sorry to interrupt you. I think she just had a busted lip in general when filming it. I don't think
Nah,
that was a part of the scene.
nah. I think it's part of the scene. I think it's an integral part of the scene. Person. And Suki walks in and sits down, and she kind of sits as if like some sort of pressure has been let off, but also as if like a big amount of shock. And Kathy like panics like visibly when she sees that Suki's walked in. So that's either Kathy going, "Oh Christ, she's now involved in this," or could be Nish, could be Ravi, Stacy has blood on her hands, and Denise has it looks like a very untouched broken champagne bottle. As Sharon also has a bit of blood on her dress. And also we obviously see a picture of Lola on the bar, which confirms that she dies this year, to no one's surprise. And the
Does
main
that mean
thing...
then she
Hmm?
dies towards Christmas?
I just assume they'll just have a picture up, because obviously Lola was a pretty big part of the square and will be missed.
Do something you like, you little bitch.
And the biggest question that I don't know yet is there's like a black knight in shining armor behind Stacy. So that's obviously some like symbolism. So, and you can't really get much from this, so I can imagine this knight in shining armor being like Eve, Ryan, or Martin. I feel like Ryan will somehow help them out in the end, and that'll like make relations between them fine. And but like someone's gonna protect Stacy from something bad happening. I think it'll be Ryan in the end. I think once the baby comes, a lot of the hostility will wear off, and I don't know. All speculation, and I've kind of just all in on the idea that Nish is going to be the one to die.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I think that because he is a definite narcissist, I think once Suki and Eve gets revealed, he'll like cheat on Suki with someone. Like I feel like he'll get someone. I feel like Nish needs a woman to kind of like reign over type deal. Like he needs a woman there to make himself feel more important.
Yeah.
So, and this could be Linda, maybe. This could be Sharon, maybe. I'm not too clear. And obviously, yeah. So he's gonna try ruin Suki's life without doubt. He's probably gonna mess with Eve, which is what will affect Stacy. And obviously, Stacy and the Slaters have been affected by Nish raising all the prices on their rent, etc., etc. I think he will have a rough time trying to get rid of Linda from the pub, as by himself he'll be kind of useless, so he'll start having to get his hands dirty. I think he'll destroy Denise's marriage after the Ravi affair comes out, and I think he will like try and muscle Kathy out of the cafe, and so far has already double-crossed Sharon. So that's my arguments for Nish to die at Christmas.
And I agree with you.
Any people in the comment section, who do you think dies at Christmas? Could easily be
If there is
Dean.
a comment section.
If there is a comment section, that is true. Yeah. Could be Dean, could be Ravi. I'm kind of getting a bit more worried about that it might become a bit more of like an obsessive thing now. Slightly worried, but that's probably just the Eastenders subreddit psyche creeping into my brain. February 21st, we open up and we see the aftermath of a lock-in. 4 of the 6 women are hungover and hanging out of their ass. Kathy's brought in breakfast, and he's wondering why there's 2 boxes the size of a country outside their house. Sharon wants to know why Linda's choosing Nish and Sookie over her, and she pleads for her to wait and choose her, but it seems like Linda's kind of keeping her options open. I understand why she's doing this, but I also kind of go, yeah, but why would you not sell to your mate? Like, you get money and you get to run it with your best mate. Like, come on. Be reasonable here. Who doesn't take that option? And Ravi bumps into Denise and he brings up her drunkenly hitting on him, but she just kind of shies away and Sookie notices and kind of goes like, starts being a bit inquisitive. And it turns out the boxes were full of knockoff wedding dresses, which it looks like Sharon's wearing in the flash forward. It looks like it's one of the knockoff dresses.
Who knows?
Or at least that's what everybody's speculating about. So I went, maybe it's like a quick shotgun wedding, or maybe she just wanted to like show up Kat or something. Maybe there's some more tension between her and Phil over the year, and you know, when Alfie hears that the wedding, he's probably gonna get all like, "Oh, Kat." Alfie's been missing actually. We haven't seen Alfie in like a good month. I feel.
Yeah, where has he gone? I know he's
vanished.
technically.
To be fair, he could have just been off doing like pantos or something.
No, I understand that, but on the show, where has he gone?
I don't know.
Because they would have to explain on the show where he's been.
Well, they haven't disappeared, I'm pretty sure.
Sorry, I'm enjoying licking this ice cream box. Can't get him up.
And yeah, in the cafe, Sharon tells Keanu to keep his mouth shut and his trousers zipped. Sharon's not very pleased with Keanu.
I'd love to last around with Keanu. I said I'd love to last around with Keanu. See what he would do to me.
Missionary for 5 minutes.
I bet he is a missionary. He's a missionary person, isn't he?
Nothing exciting there.
I get more fun out of a dead body than I would out of Keanu, probably.
In a video game in Minecraft, hypothetically, of course.
Yeah, yeah. Please don't take us down again, YouTube, please.
Christ. Yeah, and Ravi yells at Sookie saying that families need to trust each other, so why do they keep him at arm's length? Is he family or not? And Sookie kind of just looks a bit like, Christ, probably shouldn't have doubted him. Kim and Howie try to find a muscular body to show off this. I assume it's like a sponsored thing for Kim's Instagram, as they want to show off this like shine muscle spray in Peggy's later. They first ask Zach, who declines, but when Kim mentions that Denise will wax the person's chest, Rafi's like, "Oh, hello. I'll take more time with Denise, please." Sharon talks to Phil, and she asks if Phil could help her at the gym. He's reluctant at first, but eventually comes around. She essentially goes, Phil, well, I mean, you have all this time now. You're probably going into retirement, so, like, you know, when are you going to do something with your life, you little bitch? Stop trying to retire.
That quote does work for Phil, though, doesn't it?
I mean, it was genuinely what happened. Sharon's like, you sold up all your chicken shops. Oh, wow. Early retirement for you, you boring old fart. And, he essentially goes, all right, fine. How much do you want?
Also, side note for people who are keeping track, the ice cream was lovely. So,
Wonderful. And Ravi goes
and
gets no Karen.
I was going to say, and for people who are wondering, yes, pigs can't have ice cream.
Yeah.
Does it give you the shits? Yes. But is it worth it? Yes. But there's a famous Ricky Butcher quote that I will use in this. I just spent half an hour blaming it on the sewers. So,
Exactly. Can't always blame it on the sewers. Ricky Butcher 2023. And yeah, obviously Ravi goes to get his chest waxed, and Denise enjoys Ravi with the shirt off, as I feel like a lot of people did. And
there was a lot of tissue spent on this scene.
I definitely I mentioned it in one of the episodes we did in the last week, but just like Jesus, you can't wax that chest hair. That's a crime. It's not like some little garbage chest hair. That's some maintained manly chest hair right there. Never been a chest hair guy before. I mean, obviously I'm asexual. That doesn't really do much of me, but you know.
Gladly would turn gay for him though.
Yeah, I'd absolutely love that. No, it's just I was just like, you can't get rid of that. And essentially Denise freaks out a bit, but bumps into Suki. Hold on, no. Ravi bumps into Suki, and Suki invites him and Nugget to dinner. He accepts, and then Suki tries to talk to Denise and essentially says, listen, alright, you know, Ravi does a lot of posturing, he tries to be all the big man, but he's still very genuine inside. And Bobby and Freddie are doing a public pancake eating competition in the cafe to raise some funds for the Slaters. Bobby loses as Vinny steps up to compete whilst Jean enters with a broken arm.
Yeah, she actually broke her arm in real life. So.
Yeah, they just had to write it in. Can't really hide the cast. So, oh yeah, nice to see Jean back, but I'll be honest, there's been a lot of Jean over the last couple of years, so I didn't mind a bit of a break from her. Like, I love her, she's fantastic, but I didn't miss her that much, I'll be honest.
Do you know what we need for Jean's return?
A
sausage party.
It's a sausage surprise.
Yeah, I know it's a sausage surprise, but we need to have a sausage party for her. So everyone grab your sausage and let's throw a big surprise.
We're just trying to get blacklisted from YouTube at this point, aren't we? Well, it's time to announce our new website, bearlovers.com.hub.
Twinkdaddies.com. You can follow us on chatterbait.com. We'll gladly see you there. We will upload our videos to Pornhub. Sometimes xxvideos.com.
I was trying to not mention the names of the site, but you know what? You've just went fully in there. So.
I can't say the one for trans people, but there's one for trans people, TRNN something. I'm not saying the last word. .com will upload there as well. Twinks.com will be uploading there as well.
Indeed.
Any more ones? Bigblackcock.ie or .com.
Good thought. They just keep coming. Just keep coming. I was trying to be subtle. There you go, falling in. Yeah, porn sites, Lee. Don't eat them.
We'll also be uploading on rule34.com, sfmcompile.com.
Oh, good lord, please stop.
I will.
Thank you.
That's also what that's what Denise was saying to Ravi when he took off his shirt.
Just started like muttering him. God, how do we even get back on track after that? Cat and Phil talk about buying the gym for more financial security. He wants to make it a community gym for like all the local kids to learn how to like protect themselves. He wanted it to make like a big like spit and sawdust, I think was the term used. like proper gym, like boxing gym, which I think will be cool. I want to see Phil do that.
We need Ross. We can't get Grant. We don't need Grant. We need Ross Kemp as Ross Kemp on EastEnders.
Mm.
I'll tell you kids how to fight off people with guns using your bare hands.
But yeah, essentially, and during the situation, Sharon makes Phil go to get coffee so Kat and Sharon can actually talk specifics. In the end, they decide to invest in the gym. They get into a 3-way marriage, an equal partnership in the business, and they're off to celebrate. Vinny, meanwhile, loses the pancake eating contest, and Bernie is officially on board the team at the CAF. And it's a pretty, honestly, it's probably the best spot for her, because otherwise she just got forgotten. So at least if she's just in the back of some scenes, like, she'll actually get to say something.
But she will be sidelined. She won't be. She'll become a background character, basically.
I mean, she always has, so. And at Peggy's, Kim looks for a person to test the spray on, and she found a hunk. No, it's not Reese. It's Keanu. For £50 up front, he strips off and starts dancing. And yeah, this is the first time in a while, in a good few years, I've seen Keanu actually be fun. He's looking at him, he's dancing, he even did the old Spider-Man free dance.
With Tobey Maguire, where he starts clapping it.
Yeah, well, he didn't clap, but he nearly did. He wanted to.
Imagine he copied him.
I mean, I think of pinnacle of sexy dancing. I do think of Tobey Maguire. So, in Spider-Man 3, he's just built different.
Or yeah, remember I don't know if you've ever seen Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
No.
They recreated it, and Spider-Man. So basically, Spider-Man. I think it was Peter Parker B. I might have been wrong. It might be Peter Parker B or Peter Parker A, because there was 2 Peter Parkers. I think it's Peter Parker B. Was like, oh yeah, I want to stop the train using my hands. You know, because he shot webs.
Yeah.
I also saved the city, and then it goes to I also did this, and it shows him dancing to the Tobey Maguire dance, and he's like, we don't talk about this.
Nice. And yeah, then Sharon buys champagne, but gets yelled at by Karen over her treatment of Keanu. Kat makes sure to remind Sharon how much Keanu actually means to her, so maybe she gives him another chance. And Keanu starts showing off his body, and Sam walks in. Essentially goes, "Oi, you're supposed to be at the door." And Sam goes, "Oh no," Chelsea goes, "Oi, lay off him. He's helped the profits dramatically." And then Sam probably says my line of the week, as she says, "Make sure to keep your clothes on next time, unless, of course, I ask you to take them off." With a massive smirk afterwards. Sam, I love this portrayal of Sam Mitchell. It's fantastic. I love her. She's amazing. Yeah, that's my line of the week, though. It's fantastic.
I don't have a line of the week because I was too focused on actually writing the notes.
All right. Bit of shade there, bit of shade. now that the podcast's off YouTube, time to throw hands.
Yeah, do something with your life, you little bitch, alright?
Yeah, well, Piggy, I don't even like your notes anyways. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out something. I've got nothing.
Just because I refuse to write the notes, Piggy, does that mean you can bully me? Yes, I can.
And
you little bitch.
I wonder if there's. I'm not counting them, but I wonder if somebody will count the amount of do something with your life in the comment section if we have one. And yeah, then we see Ravi see Denise. He wants her to give him a chance, and he says he's booked a hotel and he wants her there tomorrow night. As Sharon leaves a voicemail apologizing for overreacting and wants to start again with Keanu, but god damn it, Keanu, stop mixing work with sex, as we see Keanu and Chelsea absolutely going to town outside Peggy's. Jesus. Keanu's the only man who could turn a rejection into an immediate one-night stand.
Where is she on off the table?
I honestly couldn't tell you. Because every time you think it's done, it comes back. It's ridiculous. Doof, doof, doof. February 22nd, we kick off the episode with Denise looking conflicted at her phone. She's going to be late getting Raymond into school and gets yelled at by Amy, who says she wants Jack back home. Keanu quickly rushes out of Chelsea's flat and listens to Sharon's voicemail from last night, and he realized he cocked it up. Chelsea tells Felix that it was a one-off thing, and just, I'll hear no more about it. Then we see Karen and Mitch looking for work after Kat cut her hours in two. It really hurt their finances. Keanu bangs on Sharon's door and she tells Keanu that they want to try again. They've got a date tonight at Peggy's, and he reluctantly agrees because I wonder who's working. Karen is grafting for work and is still struggling as Denise and Ravi have a chat. And did somebody say affair? As she tells him to stop messaging. Oh, hold on. He tells him. Oh, Jesus. She tells him to stop messing with her head and to stop playing games. She struggles to confidently tell him to stop trying, and they end up sharing another really passionate kiss. Like, all of Denise's repressed angst towards a marriage got put into that one. Add some extra pepper on it. Extra bit of spice.
Bit of spice in your life.
As Felix tells Karen that Chelsea and Keanu had a shag. Yeah, and Karen welcomes Chelsea into the family. And I believe she used what could be your line of the week, in that she said, "Not that peroxide pensioner," which is actually a pretty good line as well. I'll give it that much. But as much as I dislike Karen, does have some good lines sometimes. And Linda's playing Sharon, as Sharon thinks that Linda's told Nish that the offer's off. And then kind of plays into Suki's hand as Sharon starts suggesting some changes, like as to how Linda runs the pub. So this kind of starts to put a bit of, you know, I don't think that Sharon Linda running the pub's the end goal. I do think Nish and Suki will get the pub. I don't know who's gonna run it, because there's only like 3 of them. But we'll see. And Denise gets Phil to look after Raymond as she gets Chelsea to check in with Amy. Meanwhile, Karen gets a phone call from Keegan and gets accused of stealing by Suki. Karen stands around in front of the square as Suki struggles. She seems to be getting very overwhelmed by the constant pressure of Nish. And Karen and Mitch reconvene at the pub, and they're struggling, feeling humiliated and down on their luck. Denise's plan to visit Ravi has backfired, as Jack has arrived a day early. He came back to the house, and it sets Denise off because he revealed that he only really came back because Amy asked him to, not because he actually wanted to see Denise, his wife, or anything, I don't want to see you? Well. About that. God damn it, just stop writing Jack like he's an asshole. He's fine. He's not bad. He's never been this bad at relationships before. And then Keanu and Karen have a talk, with Karen saying that him and Sharon won't end well. I agree with Karen. Denise gets ready to leave before Chelsea walks in and asks her why she's lying. Denise breaks down saying that she wants some time to herself. And essentially goes, mate, my marriage is absolute garbage. Like, I need some time by myself. I need some R&R with the best person I know. Me.
Me.
Linda calls an unknown person and sets up, hey, if you get the cash and can afford it, I'll ditch the other buyers and go with you. Who is this mystery person?
People have speculated that it's Max Branning.
Oh. Yeah, but her and Max aren't on good terms.
But they've suspected.
Maybe he'll be good over Annie and want to see her? I guess.
I think that's what people want. I'll check in a minute.
I don't really know. Because if it's Max, I could see... could I see Max dying? Because if it would be Max, could you see Max, like... Like, would Max be the guy dying at Christmas?
It could be. I'm gonna actually have a look because I might be wrong.
I just don't really think... I just don't think that Linda would double cross Sharon and Nish and Suki for Max Branning.
Yeah, Metro UK have speculated that Max Branning returns to run the fic with Linda Carter.
I mean, I don't hate it. I feel like Max would be a whole lot more interesting under these writers. Like, I'll be honest. Like, when did Max leave? Wasn't it not like 2021? Yeah, he left early 2021. It's been about 2 years. The writing has improved dramatically. But who knows? If that would be there, that would be fun. But it's probably not. Probably someone boring. Please don't bring back Linda's mum. She's garbage. And yeah. So who is the mystery person? Answer in the comment section that we don't have anymore. Then Karen tells Sharon that Keanu and Chelsea are shagging in an attempt to ruin their relationship ahead of their date earlier. And yeah, peroxide pensioner. Good one. Denise spends several minutes aiming to find this hotel key, but before she can leave, Jack gives her, puts the scarf around her neck, and then pulls out the hotel key. Oof. And the final episode of the week, we see the reveal of Jack finding Denise's hotel key. She says she wants some time to herself, and he ends up saying, no, you book another cab, you are going. Jack is terrified that she's seeing another man, and she looks very sheepish when he asks her. Then we see Keanu drinking, and Sharon asks for champagne. The date is very awkward as Keanu's giving as Chelsea is giving Keanu eyes, and Sharon is going, wow, Keanu, I love it when all of my partners are blatantly honest. Even if they say something I don't want to hear. I just want to know the truth. And Keanu's just like, yeah, I agree completely. Yeah. And ultimately, Sharon knows that he slept with Chelsea, so the little love rat gets some champagne thrown in his face. Is Keanu done?
I don't know. Is Keanu done?
I don't know. I hope so. I like Keanu and Chelsea. They have a nice little there's just a nice little level of calm to it. Like passionate, but still they aren't expecting much out of each other. They're just having fun. And Denise wants Jack to come to the hotel. But the delivery driver brings in the food and Jack says, nah, just go. I don't want to see you anymore. Nish and Suki have a conversation and Nish says you should apologize for, messing up with Karen as it ruined our public image. And he wants subservience, which is like, oof. I don't really think Suki does second in command very well, as we can see. And Nish goes into the pub, offers Mitch and Karen a free shop on them, and publicly shames Suki for the mess up. Which is like, oh, mate, honestly. If someone had done that to Nish would like try to batter him. Little knobhead. Keanu has an argument with Sharon where he basically goes, oh, you went cold turkey on me. I didn't know you wanted me. You were supposed to be my girlfriend. And Sharon says, just go. And he leaves. And yeah, just a reminder that Keanu turned a rejection into an immediate one-night stand. Absolute cock stallion.
You were supposed to be my girlfriend.
Ravi answers the door of the hotel room and asks if Denise has any problems, to which she says no. He asks if she's ready, but she says she doesn't know how to feel. Ravi says it's funny being around someone you don't know how to feel with, and he says, I understand this and appreciate that you're the most amazing woman I've ever met, and they have a bit of a big kiss. Back to Suki, though, as she says, you undermined me. You made me feel stupid and embarrassed. But Nish just goes, we'll make it back 10 times over. And essentially kind of like degrades it by going, listen, right, you know some things about business, but the rest of it, completely clueless. It's like, mate, Suki's done more businesses in her last 20 years than you've done in your life, homie. I just dislike Nish at this point. Hating on Suki. Little do something with your life, Nish.
You little bitch.
And obviously Eve is there like, he has no reason to treat you like that. Suki Coley says we're closed and then just bursts out into tears. Denise is seen looking conflicted. Rafi kisses her hand, but Denise says, look, I can't do this. I can't jeopardize my relationship with my husband. Ravi was being very respectful in this situation. Like, he was just very, very, very tender, very like, listen, alright, and we'll do whatever you want. Fine by me. And even when she left, he was a bit frustrated, but he wasn't like, you get back here. He was just like, fine. Keanu tells Chelsea, look, I messed things up, and Chelsea just goes, hey, listen, alright? Last night didn't need to be a one-off. So, from Sharon to Chelsea, from Sharon to Chelsea again. Good old Keanu. Getting his hole. And obviously, you know, that's fine. I don't need to. Denise arrives back home and has a slightly passionate, like, talk with Jack until they head to bed, where she walks in, he says good night, turns over, farts, wafts the covers up, and just goes to bed, starts snoring.
I wish. Again, we talked about it before, but I honestly wish that's how it ended. I wish that's how the episode ended. He just has a little fart.
Nah, just an absolute ripper of a fart, and she's just kind of there like, ah. Okay, but essentially, yeah.
Good night, love. Scratch his ass, say good night, and have a fart.
But yeah, essentially, he doesn't fart, he doesn't waft the covers, he just says good night and turns over, Ravi before this did ring Denise's phone and was like looking like at the house, like hoping, and he looked a little bit pained by it. I don't know. I don't really know what his expression was supposed to be. It was a bit confusing, but yeah. And then Denise goes to bed and just lies there like, Christ, I went home for this. Like, I could have had passion and excitement, and so I've just got a geezer who just rolls over and says good night. It's like, it's what could have been. And, maybe Ravi's not the best thing for Denise, but maybe the night wouldn't be nearly as depressing for her. Oh, Jesus, there's another one. Oh, no, I'm not doing the RTE. It's the RTE that's got us kicked off of YouTube. Duff.
You can read it in your normal voice.
No.
Go on. Do you want me to read it?
Yeah, do it. Oh wait, you can't see it. You know what? Don't. I'll do it in a dumb voice.
No, I'll read it. Hold on.
All right, fine. I'll copy and paste. Oh, you're in the thing. Go on, say the line. Say the line.
Say the line, Bart. Right, think back to when you were 8 years old, and what you'd like to do. From Jamie Oliver, that was cooking. As tomorrow night sits down with Ryan. For people who don't know, Ryan Tuberty owns I'll say in a minute. Ryan Tuberty, It's a Park's Life. Ryan Tuberty is a co-host in Ireland. He has his own talk show where he basically talks to people.
Yep. That'll cover it. Oh, perfect description.
It's called The Late Late Show, and then they do a Late Late Toy Show in November.
Do you like him? Is he alright?
No, he's a twat.
Alright, fair enough.
He's one of the highest paid people in Ireland.
Oh, jeez, really?
Yeah, I'm not making it up. He's not as paid as much as the president, Michael D. Higgins. Have you ever seen a photo of Michael D. Higgins?
No.
Oh my God, I'm gonna get your reaction live.
I can look it up.
No, I'll send you it. Don't worry,
All right,
I'll send you
right.
it. Now, I'm gonna see if I can get one with his dog.
All right.
We call him the little leprechaun of Ireland.
All right.
He basically brings around his dogs everywhere he goes.
I feel like I've been shown a picture of this guy before.
You probably have.
No, I think it was pretty much brought up in the exact same. Oh my God, look at that weapon.
Look at him.
At least he's got
He looks like...
I like he's matched his hair to the dog's ears.
Have you ever seen Danny DeVito's penguin from Batman?
Yeah.
That's exactly what Michael D. Higgins is. He's the Danny DeVito penguin.
And if we are on YouTube at this point, look up Michael Higgins. Michael D. Higgins.
You can get a tea cozy of him. I should buy you a tea cozy for your tea pot.
And that was Watching Walford number 8. the one episode, the only episode, hopefully, that is recorded without having a platform. And if we aren't allowed back on YouTube, I guess we just make another channel or something. I don't know. We'll obviously have to see. But what do we think of the week? It was the 38th anniversary week. It was the hotly contested. There were trailers. There were big promotional pieces. How did we find the week?
It was a roller coaster. Like, I was expecting some big things to happen, but it seems all the big things happen this week coming up.
Hmm. I was expecting it to be a whole week of packed like stuff, but it was just the one episode.
Yeah, they really should have done Monday's episode on Thursday and Thursday's episode on Wednesday.
Yeah, they should have just shuffled it about a little bit. It was just a bit because yeah, it just as you said, it was a roller coaster. But we started up at the peak and then just kept on going down. But you know, I like some of the developments this week, but ultimately, for what it was cracked out to be, it wasn't particularly good. Like it was still enjoyable, obviously. All of the Eastenders has been pretty enjoyable, but it just kind of it built it up for it to be something bigger, but it was just a normal weekly Eastenders except for Monday.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
obviously, the 38th anniversary week is cursed, as it took it off the YouTube. So, why didn't you make all your fancy storylines and not make it the same ones so you didn't use the same titles? You knobhead. But now, time for the award show of the week. The 3 awards that we now have: the Who Needs Slapping Down award, the Underrated Character award, and the Steve Blackman. We'll obviously do the Slapping Down award last, as I feel like we've probably got one set thing in mind. So let's start off with the Steve Blackman, who was the blandest of the bland, the most boring, and just the
Bobby Beale.
biggest. What?
He had nothing to do this week.
He ate pancakes like a champion.
Yeah, but he didn't deliver any Bobby Beale classic lines.
He
Like
didn't,
Bobby Beale would.
but he did call Freddy a beast.
Yeah, okay, I'll give you that. But Bobby Beale, I want you to be inducted into the Steve.
I'm genuinely upset about this. Can't.
Okay, do you want me to change my pick?
No. You can keep him. It's just I'm on the record of being completely against this pick. My boy Bobby B.
Bobby Beale? Where did that come from?
Me.
Because that just sounds hilarious whenever you go Bobby Beale.
Bobby B. Who's my Steve Blackman of the week? See, it was gonna be Keanu, but because of that dancing scene, it's now become classic, iconic EastEnders. So I can't do him in this week. Unfortunate. I've got to pick Vinny because all he did was he didn't even rat on anyone. All he did this week is he lost the pancake eating contest. What a little bitch! Do something with your life. Steve Blackman award this week. Vinny Panesar. Underrated character of the week. Who do you reckon? Who gets it? Who did you feel deserved a bit more shine?
Sunshine. Who deserves the underrated character of the week? I mean, I need a little think here. A little think.
I'm worried that the person I want to choose I already selected last week.
Keanu.
Oh, that's a turnaround.
Even though he should be in the Steve Blackman category,
Yeah.
he has been pretty underrated. He has been a sex machine
Yeah.
on legs.
The underrated character of the week is not an underrated character. It's actually the writers for allowing the 2 beefy men to get the shirts off as much as possible during this week.
I'll allow that.
Like I said, I'm asexual, but you know what? That is some eye candy, I'll tell you that much. Plus, it's some nice level of muscle. It's not just like bodybuilder ripped. It's like some nice bodybuilding. Like, got a bit passionate there. Yeah, that's the underrated character. And who needs slapping down this week? I wonder who we're gonna choose, or what we're gonna choose.
Neil Moment, the CEO of YouTube, you need slapping down.
Or just the YouTube platform as a whole, as as we said earlier, this is one of the most YouTube friendly products I've ever done in my life. But hopefully you should be hearing this some point soon, so hopefully that means we're back on the rise. As, you know, the 30th anniversary week, it was pretty good for us. It was pretty good for us. And at least like the week before, as we started to hit triple digits fairly regularly, you know, like we actually getting the viewership up, getting the impressions up. But unfortunately, the train was stopped, dead in the water. But anyways, enough given out about YouTube. This has been Watching Walford 8. Hopefully, the only episode that doesn't have a platform behind it. I have been Ash. I've been joined by Piggy.
Oh yeah.
Alright.
Bye.
And we'll see you in the next episode. Bye bye.